think I'm live. Yep, I'm live. Shows that I've got about 3 minutes left. Let me pop my chat out here. I don't understand that because I'm 6 minutes past due. But we can get started anyway. How's everybody doing? I think you'll notice my voice is a little more legible. If legible can be used for voice, I'm not. I get myself all straightened out. Know what I'm doing. Oh, what? This is a different stream. Ah, crap. Really? Hmm. Legible, audible. Thank you, Treasure Troll. Let's get everybody in here. That way we can get started. Evidently, something happened. Who knows what that might be? We ended up with a little bit of a flaw. We have two different rooms that contain people. We're looking to have one room containing all the people. Thank you, Mr. Ring. Been working on that all weekend. Finally, we're back. Hey, Steve. Steven. Then we have a Steven Dallas. No, I still don't have it down completely. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out, and they keep changing it on me. Evidently, Google Hangouts doesn't work anymore, so. Yeah, I saw the message very briefly, Coin Junkie. That's unfortunately the last 20, 30 minutes before an auction isn't the time to contact me about something. I'm not really sure what you said. I did see a message come through, but that's all I saw. I can check now while we're waiting on other people. Hey, Mantic. Jody. Changed some of the lot numbers, Coin Junkie. I don't think any of what I have up has been purchased. But I will check again. No. 349 was a 1979 Canadian cent. Have that set aside for you. So we don't have to worry about that. And get things all set and we'll get started. So this is Wayne Night Live Auctions. Here we are. There is one thing I forgot to do that I'm going to have to do here real quick before we get started. I have to change a couple of settings here real quick. Here we go. Okay. And with us, we have the illustrious Charlie's moderators, we so lovingly call the Charlie's Angels. Brady Douglas, who I'm not sure is going to be here this evening. We do have Jessica Johnson here. It's Penny Parent. We do have Amber Panel somewhere in the area. She may show up a little bit late. She's finishing up some dinner. And we have our new moderator, Jody Gomez. who is also here. To get him added in. See. Let's get on with the first lot. Here we have a 1959D double die obverse number 1. 1959D double die obverse number 1 has extra thick lettering in the date and in trust. It's a nice near gem coin. I'll start this one off at $5. This is a rerun of lot 280. Lot 280, I had 3 coins. I sold 2 of them. We have 1 left. Hello, Joseph. Anybody who has not yet registered needs to send us an email at coppercoinspayments@gmail.com and let us know your email address for PayPal, your actual name, and your YouTube screen name so we can match you up. And you're free to bid. Bidding is all live. It's all online. You do it here tonight, and we send you an invoice at the end of the auction. You get that invoice paid, and we'll get your package sent out to you. We got bids of $5 from Wild Bill and from Sissy Atwell. Wild Bill came in first on my clock. And we do 50-cent increments up to $20, so any of these can be bid by the 50-cent increment. There you go, Jody, with some useful information there. 2 of those 3 sold back in 2015 on great collections for $45. And here, our high bid's only $6. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. And actually move the timer up so that it can be seen. Looks like I'll have to have somebody call time until Amber shows up. And we have Wild Bill come in with a $7 bid, and Sissy Atwell come in with an $8. Steve Smith, $8.50. Wild Bill says he's out. Thank you for your bids. Jody's got time. I'm showing about 25 seconds left. Steve Smith's currently high bid at $8.50. And Sissy comes in at $9. Coin's only worth about 4 times that. And as we run low on time, Sissy Atwell's high bid at $9. And Jody calls time. This one goes to Sissy Atwell at $9. I appreciate your bid. Next item up for bids. There's the doubling. I forgot to show that to you. You can see the doubling. It's extra thickness in the 9-5 of the date. The 1 shows it to some extent. Next item is a 1929D Lincoln Cent. This one's got just a touch of wear. It's a nice AU coin with some luster. Nice color. Start this one off at $9. These things run $13 plus retail. That depends on their level of AU-ness. This one has a pretty nice level of AU-ness, meaning that it could be a $15 to $20 coin. Start this one off right at $9. Any interest at $9? Going once. Going twice. No interest at $9. We are going to pass on this item. Next item up for bid. Now, I've sold a few of these already. And the people who have bid on them and won them have replied back to me letting me know that they had a great time with them. What this is, it's a self-test attributor pack of a dozen 1960D RPMs. Now, these are the nicer 1960D RPMs for the better part. They're the ones that are going to be relatively easy to identify. This is something that you can do with your kids, something you can do as a beginning attributor so that you can get yourself acclimated to being able to attribute your own RPMs. What we've got going on here is we've got 12 unmarked coins that will come with a slip of paper in an envelope. That slip of paper in the envelope has the actual die numbers for the 12 coins that you'll receive. So you'll have the opportunity to try to identify these 12 coins prior to actually knowing what the die numbers are. I'm starting this at $21. $21, you're getting these for less than $2 a coin, plus you have the ability I'm sorry, lot numbers aren't matching where? Probably, let's see. Let me get this straightened out. Let me figure it out. Yeah, I do have a little problem with the lot numbers, but we have lot number 305 as a self-test attributor pack of a dozen 1960 RPMs. That's what I'm running currently. The list I gave, you probably need to do a Control plus F5 to refresh that list, to refresh that page. Control plus F5, or if you're on a Macintosh, it'd be Command plus F5. That will do a force refresh of the coppercoins.com/auction page, and will give you all the current lots that we're actually working with. We are in the third lot, which is a rerun lot of lot number 305. I'm looking for a bid at $21 to get this started. This is a heck of a deal when you get a grouping of a dozen repunch mint marks that come from an attributor's group of coins. Got New Marshall at 21. Dana bids in at 21. And you get these coins unmarked so that you will be able to identify them once you open the envelope. But it's your challenge to identify them prior to opening the envelope. There's an envelope that comes with these. It has a little slip of paper inside of it. There's inventory numbers on the back of every coin. And those inventory numbers match up to a die number that you'll be able to see. Then you can go back to Coppercoins or whatever service you wish to use to match your die number to the die number there and see if you were correct on your self-test. You get all 12 right, you become a pretty decent attributor. I'll tell you what, I'll pull this off. I'm not even going to do a timer on this. See what I've got here. A couple of these. I have 4 of them. 4 of them that I'll sell at $21 each. I know New Marshall wants one. I also know Dana wants one. Does anyone else want one of these at $21? $21 is a heck of a price. Dana gets one. New Marshall gets one. We're going to do these at $21, folks. Benjamin Marler will take one. We have Dana. I have 4 of them. So we have Dana, we have New Marshall, we have Benjamin Marler. So we have 1 left now. New Marshall, that means you want 2 of them or just 1? So New Marshall says Ben. Okay, he just wants 1. We do have 1 left. Well, if you come back and see this, or if you remember it later and don't get something else you were trying to bid on, you can always let me know that you wanted lot 305 at $21 and we'll get it to you. We have 1 remaining. We'll move on to the next item. Next item up is old lot number 335. This is a 1946 Roosevelt dime. It is a cherry picker listed double die reverse and repunch mint mark. We had this one up at a prior auction. We had a lot of trouble with that auction. And I don't know whether it was a lack of interest or whether it was a lack of ability in bidding. I ended up with this after the auction was over. Nice tree listed coin. Stick it under the scope here and show it to you real quick. Get it to a point where I can get it under the scope. Got here. There we go. Now we're looking at it. See the repunch mint mark right there. The really nice north repunch mint mark. And then the hub doubling mostly shows kind of the right direction. See right there? You can see it on the MER ICA of America. See it on the outside edge of Unum. See it on the bottom of dime there. It's mostly on that right side of the design where the doubling is. The doubling rule. It kind of goes away as you go through the word one. But again, it's really strong over here. And this is one of those combo coins where you actually get a repunch mint mark and a double die on the same coin, because this right here has a nice north repunch mint mark. Starting bid on this is $39. That's a killer price for this particular cherry picker listing. Can't do these much cheaper than this. Nice bright uncirculated coin. And I'm hearing crickets. Given that I'm hearing crickets, we're going to move on to the next item. Here's a 1957 double die reverse quarter. This is a nice double die reverse. Stick it underneath the scope here so we can all see it. Showed this off yesterday during my short, wasn't all that short, video, where I was testing my settings. Looking for the doubling now so that I can bring it up on camera and show it to you and it'll be visible. Okay, so it starts right here at the bottom right of the A in America. Kind of goes around dollar, quarter. I try to put this in a position where it shows a little bit better, but you can see how much thicker quarter dollar is than it should be. Once you get over here to United States, look how thick that is. A little better than double the thickness it should normally be. Right in through there. Got this one starting at $21, which really isn't that high for a double die. This is a nice double die too. Looks a lot nicer in hand, I guess I could say. A little bit better there. And it appears that most of our interest just in Lincoln cents, which doesn't hurt my feelings. But perhaps we'll find some other coins of interest. Let's move on. How about a 1948 half dollar with a nice double die reverse? Circulated coin. It is a rather nice uncirculated coin. Say it's really close to a gem BU. Has a little bit of toning on it. This off at $29. Show you the doubling on the coin. See it right there on the E and the pluribus, L and the U and the R, the pluribus. Goes all the way down to the unum. Cranked around the right direction to show the direction of spread, the doubling. It is very nice doubling. I have a new. My camera focus closer. Look at that doubling. Can be yours, folks. $29 start. Hey, Robert. That can bring us back. Do not adjust your set. No interest in a 1948 half dollar. This is the first year Franklin half dollar with a double die reverse. It's a very nice doubling. I agree with you. Me. Bid. Oh, Mantic did bid. Mantic bids $29. Sorry, brother. I missed you there. Bulldog, your bid of $29, you'll have to up that a little bit because Mantic's already got a $29 bid in. Go ahead and start the timer on this one. Give you guys 1 minute to fight it out. Bulldog, you'll have to carry your bid above 29 if you want to keep this one. Mantic already has a bid of $29 in. I almost missed him. These do go for $50 to $75 in this grade, typically. This is a FS listed, cherry picker listed coin. You can look it up in the cherry picker's guide. Bulldog goes $30. Mantic's at 31. Got about 25 seconds, or 20 to 25 seconds left. And with time running low on the clock, we got Mantic at $31. Bulldog's at 32 at the last second. Mantic hits 33. Robert Adams comes in at 32, just a little bit late. Jody calls time, and Mantic gets this one at $33. Thank you, sir, for your bids. Almost missed you. I won't do that again. All right, thanks for your bids. Move on to the next item. We've got a 1948S DDR 1 quarter. It's a double die reverse. It's a nice looking double die reverse. It's listed by Kaneka as DDR number 1. I'll bring it up under the scope and let you guys take a good quick look at it. Figure out exactly where to show it to you. Duck. Supposed to be the guru here. Get it on. Big guy. Let me raise this. All right. Let me switch over to it here real quick. We're going to start this one off at supposed to be $29. Losing it, folks. Yeah, this one's a $29 coin. $29 get you started on this one. Let me show it to you under the scope here. And can you see the split at the top of the A and quarter? The doubling on the side of the 9, I mean the R quarter. As I rotate the coin, follow that doubling on around See it on the T, on the E. See it there on the R. A little bit on the D, O, L, L. Another split at the top of that A. I think you kind of lose it a little bit as we're going around America. Not as strong or not strong enough to really be worthy of mention. Go around America. Get back around to the Q and quarter, you can see it again. You even see it on the leaves up there. See the leaves right above the U of quarter? These things are scarce, they're rare, very difficult to find. I thought as being a very rare to scarce double die be something that would bring some interest here. This one's not a repunchment, it's just a double die. But if you look in the Coneca listings under Variety Vista, you'll find this one. Listed as DDR number 1. And it gives us a $29 bid. I didn't miss you this time, buddy. Didn't start the clock on that. This is the last auction that we're going to be holding before I move on to North Carolina. I have this week and next week finish packing everything up and get everything ready to go. During which I will be frantically scampering around the house trying to get everything together, get everything boxed, palletized, and ready to go. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 15,000 rolls of pennies to move. Thank you, Coin Junkie Silver. Running us down to the last second on this. Tell me it's a lot of rolls. And as time runs out, Mantic is our sole bidder on this particular item. Appreciate your bid, sir. Move us on to the next item up for bids. We have a 1930S Buffalo Nickel for the double die obverse. Now this is FS 101 double die obverse number 1. You can actually see it right here in these images. If you look at the top of Liberty, you'll see how it's stretched out toward the rim. And you look around to the date, you'll see the 1, 9, and the 0 especially appear to be very stretched toward the date, toward the rim. Are we buffering? I don't think we're buffering. Amber, you might want to reload. This is a very nice double die. It is cherry picker listed. They are difficult to come by. If I can find it, stick it under the scope and everybody can see it. Because, well, I have that ability. Oh. How pretty is that? Pretty. Yeah, this one calls for a super close up. The super close up. Look at that. That's some sweet doubling. A little booger laying on it there. Get that booger off of it here real quick. I'll pull it out of focus so I can bring it over to the date. Here's the 0. Here's the 3. See that one, how stretched that one is? Top left and bottom right corners are basically gone. Very awesome double die, folks. You don't want to miss this one. It will slip out from under you here very shortly because I am going to pull the plug and move on to the next item. We don't get a bid. Gotta start this one at $45. It's in pretty nice condition. Extremely fine coin. You don't get them much better than this, folks. Your full horn. I'd say it's a very fine to extremely fine. You want to have a full tail end. Your S mint mark. It is a 1930S Buffalo nickel. A very strong double die obverse. And I guess we'll just take it, pass on to the next item. Maybe it'll sell when I'm in North Carolina. Here's another one. Sold lot number 348. This is a broad-struck 1974 Philippines 10 centimos. Start this one at $8. These are rather uncommon. This one is quite a bit larger than the coin should be. You can tell that by the way the edge of the coin looks. Got those denticles out there very stretched out, and the tops of the letters on the reverse are almost gone because there just wasn't enough pressure to strike those letters up. I won't even pretend to be able to read Tagalog, but I can tell you that these coins were not struck in the United States that I know of. They may have been struck in the U.S., but earlier Philippine coins were struck in the United States as they were designed in the United States as well. Which is why some of this design sort of looks a little bit like it might be like an American coin. And Jody gets in a bid of $8. Go ahead and start the clock on this one. Got about a 4-second lag between me and what you're seeing. Amber is here. She can call time now. Correct? All right, Amber calls 30 seconds. Wait until you see what we've got coming up tonight. Like as we're just about to run out of time, Jody gets his $8 bid in there and is the only person to bid. Thank you for your bid, sir. Move on to the next item. Now check this out. I've put some effort into these. This is a grab bag full of numismatic goodies. Now, you're going to end up getting more than twice what you spend back in value. This is a large bunch of coins and rolls and stuff from which I've selected the items for the grab bags. Now, here's how this is going to work. We're not going to bid on these. They're actually $10. You can get a grab bag at $10. At $10, you're going to get at least $20 worth of coins. The more of these you buy, the more extras I throw in. So if you get 2 of them for $20, you would naturally get $40 worth of coins because I double up on the value of the coins, but you're going to get a few freebies with that $20. You do $30, $40, $50, as many as you do, as many of these as you buy by quantity. I'll throw in more extras. Yes, sir, New Marshall, this is exactly what you got. And let me show you, just as a, I know you don't really want to be looking at me. Let me grab one of these. I just grabbed one at random. There's a $10 lot. I'll go through and we'll talk about what's in this $10 lot. Okay, you get a roll of wheat cents that I've not gone through. No idea what's in them. Roll of 50 wheat cents. Here's a 1960D repunchment mark in BU. Here's a 1956D Lincoln cent in BU. Another 1960D RPM in BU. Here's a 1961D RPM in BU. Here's a blank zinc cent that's been plated in copper, ready to be struck. Blank. Here is a 1930 Lincoln cent in uncirculated, and it's a woody. And there's a nice gem uncirculated 1955S Lincoln. That is a $10 lot. That's a $10 lot. Now see if you get a $20 lot. Let me show you what a grab a $20 lot. This has a lot of different stuff. Here's a mint set half from 1992. This is a Denver mint set half from 1992. So this has the cent, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, and the $half. Here is a group of 4. I'm sorry, I hit my group of 4 uncirculated Lincoln cents. They're 1948D, 1945D, 1954D, and 1956D. Then we have, here's a uncirculated, unsearched roll of 1963 Lincoln cents. Here's a nice Jim BU 1955S Lincoln cent. Oh, we have a bunch of singles in here. Let's see what we have. We have a 1957D RPM number 4 in BU. We have a 1934D uncirculated Lincoln cent. Nice choice uncirculated Lincoln cent there. We have a 1958D double die obverse number 1 in uncirculated. We have a 1909 VDB. This one's an extremely fine coin. And we have a 1960D repunch mint mark number 132 in uncirculated. That, my friends, is a $20 lot. There's going to be, I'm going to say $45 to $50 worth in every $20 lot. Your $50 lots will have over $100 worth in them. The more you spend, the better your lots get. Spend $10, you'll get a $20 lot. You spend $20, you'll probably get $45. You spend $50, you'll get probably $150. So that's how this works. I hope people have been taking notes on this because I'm not watching what people have been buying. How many $10 lots have sold so far? 33? Is that right? 33? Cody? 44 sold. Okay. So we got 44. And this stack of stuff here is only some of what I'm using to put this together. Mint set pieces, die varieties, errors, early Lincolns, rolls of wheats, uncirculated rolls, uncirculated coins. I'm putting these lots together. Now, something that needs to be understood with these is I'll be putting these lots together throughout the remainder of the week, and I'll be mailing them over the weekend. Because as I can see, they're quite popular as I had expected, and I've not had time to put all of them together yet. I've only put about half of them together. Yeah, so not tonight. I'm not going to be finishing them off tonight. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm working on getting myself ready to move. And as I'm working on getting myself ready to move, I'm finding all kinds of stuff in nooks and crannies and boxes and everything else. And I'm pulling all that stuff out, putting it together, and I'm putting it in these lots. I've got toned coins. Cent hoarder, the way this is going to work is if you bin 5 times on $10 lots, you'll get a $50 lot. So I'm automatically doing that. The more you spend, the more power I put in it for you. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to cancel your bin. If you bin 3, then you get a $30 lot. So that's going to bring you $60 to $70 worth of coins. That's the way that's going to work. Yes, Mr. Marlar, you can change your bin to 6 instead of 5. Hi, Victoria. Victoria, what we got going on right now is a grab bag full of numismatic goodies. You get more than twice what you spend back in value. If you look at the picture on the screen right now, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm picking these from. Now, this is just a beginning. This really isn't even the end of things. Now, what we're going to have is I've got rolls, I've got singles, I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got mint set pieces, I've got proof set pieces, I've got proof coins, all kinds of stuff that I'm pulling these from. You spend $10, you get over $20 worth. As your amount goes up by $10 increments, if you spend $20, you'll get 25. If you spend 20, you'll get 45-ish back. If you spend 50, then you would get about $100 to $150 left. If you spend 100, I'll give you $300 worth of stuff. And I'm just plugging through, building these things, and I'll be building them as the week finishes out. So where are we at now? Gotta stop this around 50. About 50 is the most I can afford to do right now. That's afford by time. I've probably got enough to build 150. Okay, so we got 52 done now. Let's go ahead and call it at that 52. All right, Mr. Dowdo wants 5 or a $50 lot. And I'll call it at that. I got enough. Let's do the 58. The Cent Hoarder got, he asked for basically what'll be 10 lots. Let me know when you've got the paperwork caught up on that so everybody is counted. Then I'll move on to the next lot. I appreciate everyone coming forward on this. And I'll do the best I can to give all of you stuff that you really like. I was going through my rolls of stuff and I was pulling out some really nice. Need more lines. Okay, I'll get you more lines. Hang on. How's that? I don't know how many more lines you need, but I got you some in there. Now, the ones that you see in there in this spreadsheet already are ones that New Marshall ordered yesterday. I've got his order in already. It will be like Christmas in August, for sure. I got a lot of goodies, a lot of them. A lot of dye varieties, a lot of rolls. Now, the rolls that I'm going to send to you aren't going to be junk rolls. If I send you any rolls that are junk, you let me know. I'll replace them. And for the most part, I've not even looked inside a lot of the rolls that I've got. I'm sending you rolls that have never been looked through by anyone who knows anything about varieties. Most of the rolls in this group that I got from Illinois last month were, well, most of them. A lot of them were put together rolls from original bags. And these rolls have never been viewed for varieties. Sissy's birthday is next week. My birthday was just 19 days ago. Happy early birthday, Sissy. I won't be able to wish you happy birthday on your birthday. I don't think I'll be moving at that point in time. All right, Penny Parent, let me know when you've caught up and I'll move on. Got it? Okay. Any of those lines that didn't sell, you can just leave them empty. All right, so let's move on to the next item. I appreciate your bids. Oops. Let's not move on to that item. Let's do something different, because that item has already sold. How about that? 1956 proof. Roosevelt dime. We're going to start this below silver melt. We're starting this at $1. Send order gets in a bid at $2. I'll go ahead and start the timer and let you guys fight over this. These things are worth $5 to $10 at a minimum. Things just sitting on my desk and it needed to go away, so here it goes. Got a couple little spots on it, but it's got some pretty decent color. Nice toning. It's got a partially cameo reverse. And it is a 1956 proof dime. Bill Betts gets a bid of $3.50 in there. The current high bid of $3.50 with about 30 seconds remaining. This is a 90% silver dime. I believe the current melt value on this is going to be about $1.30, $1.25, $1.30, somewhere in there. But it's proof, meaning that there is around 1 million of them made, and that's it. Not even sure there were that many made. Steve Smith comes in with a $4.50 bid just before Amber calls time. Thank you, Steve Smith, for your bid. Sorry, Bill. Got knocked out of this one. All right, let me move on to the next item. Thank you for your bids. How about a 1927D Lincoln Cent? We've already been through one 1927D Lincoln Cent this evening, but it was in a little better shape than this one. This one's a near full detail. It's a nice, extremely fine coin. Lots of detail, nice color, and we're going to start it at $6. $6. These things have far better value than this at $6. But I want someone to be able to take this and put it in a collection Put it in a nice new home. Look at those full wheat lines on the reverse. Nice rounded cheek on the obverse. You got almost an AU coin here. AU on this is a $12 coin. Give you guys just a few more seconds to figure out if you want it. Anybody wants it's got to throw a $6 bid out there. Going once, twice, and pass. How about this one? 1999 Lincoln Cent and BU soft center. Cent order starts us off at $6 on this one. Or was that on the previous? Coin Junkie starts at $5. Bill Bets at $5. Cent order, were you bidding on this one or the previous lot? Okay, we'll let you have the 27D at $6. Bill Bets has the high. No, Bill Bets has the high bid on the 1999 off center at $5.50. Jessica, please make sure that cent order gets marked at $6 as a purchase on the 27D, lot 353. And Coin Junkie bid $6 to get this one moving again. Back up to $6 where I thought we were to begin with. And here we're at $6 with Coin Junkie as the high bidder. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock on this. Got cent order comes in here at a $6.50 bid. Like Bill Bets and Coin Junkie are going to have to up the ante on this one. Or it'll end up in Cent Hoarder's hoard of cents. There's another cent in the hoard of cents by Cent Hoarder. 30 seconds left, as Amber calls it. These are rather uncommon. They're difficult to find, especially after about 1995. These errors like this tend to become a lot less common as you get closer to the millennium. New Marshall bids 8 on this one, just as we're getting close on time. And Amber calls time with New Marshall at a bid at $8. Thank you, sir. Clear off the clock and move on to the next item. Now this is a 2009 S proof Lincoln. If you've been watching the Coppercoins Facebook page, you'll know that these little guys are made of French bronze, just like the 1909 Lincoln cents. This has 95% copper, 5% tin, 5% zinc. Given that, these things tend to have some color, and this one has color. You'll notice the details that you can see color on. Rest assured that the field of the coin is just as colorful as the details appear in this image. It happens to be the lighting and the way the lighting showed up on this one. But the obverse has a lot of pinks and other colors, as does the reverse, along with some gold and yellow. Go ahead and start the clock on this one with Sissy Outwell at a $4 bid. I've seen some of these things tone very nicely, and I've seen others that didn't tone at all, and some that didn't tone very well. To get these that have the really nice colors on them, I think is a bonus. Down to 30 seconds on this item. Sissy Atwell still has the high bid at $4. Joseph Worrell comes in at $5. And Sissy hits him back, $6. Oh, Steve got a 6 in there, but Sissy's already got a bid of $6, and time goes off with Steve. Missing out on that one. Sissy Atwell bid $6 as a high bidder and purchases this coin. Thank you very much for your bid. We move on to the next item. This is a 1938D Buffalo nickel. It has a nice replenishment. You can see that it's worn and it's got an old cleaning. Seems to be toning back pretty nicely. Pretty color to it. I'll show you the RPM under the scope here. And get it set up so that I can. I have to. There we go. There you go. About that. Sissy Atwell won the cent. Steve. He was the last one with the highest bid before time went off. That's a nice RPM. It really is. This one is worthy of the boom. There you go. Really nice repunchment mark going on here. You can see it from a mile away, but you can also see it way up close. Get that D in focus. I think I'm beginning to like my camera a little more. Go ahead and start the timer on this one. Move us back out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is RPM number 2, but I'm not sure. Take it back out and show you all that nice golden color that it has on it. Bit of a fingerprint right on the top of the head. I like my cute little scope, huh? It's roughly a VG plus coin. Could be a fine. At less than half a minute left. Coin Junkie AG is the current high bidder at $6.50. I show Bill bets at $7.50 right before time is called. Congratulations, Bill. You get this one. Moving right along, we have a Black Beauty. It's a Black Beauty Jefferson nickel, 1959 plain. It does have nice luster. It is an uncirculated coin. That darker color is how some of the nickels just turned. They just did it that way. And it's a sweet coin. Got Bill bets up there at $5 so far. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and give you guys 1 minute to fight this one out. Bill bet starts us off at $5 on this one. Digging through my pile of coins. Show this one. Really got nice luster. It's a really nice looking coin. Didn't actually show up in the image as well as it does if you're just looking at the coin. So we're just going to look at the coin through my trusty scope. That it is a nice looking coin. There's nothing wrong with it except that it's very dark. And these nickels, because of the, I guess it's because of the planchet wash. Somebody can correct me on this. But they just turned out that way. I'm going to call time now. Dana has the high bid on this at $7. Stephen Elliott says over annealing. So that's what causes the. It looks almost like it was burned, except it's in perfect condition other than the dark color. Very nice. All right, let me clear the clock and move on to the next item. Thank you for your bid, Dana. Here is a 2007 white statehood quarter, and this one is a double die. I'm going to show you the double die, but you should be able to see it if you look at the saddle horn real closely on that reverse image. You should be able to see we got just a little bit of doubling going on there. This is one of the better double dies for the issue. See it right there? Your bucking bronco guy right here. There's the equality state. Back over and you look at the saddle horn, you can see all that doubling right on the edge on the right side of the saddle horn. This is one of the nicer double dies for the issue. Oh heck, while we're at it, let's play. There we go. Now I'll be able to get. Here you go. There's your doubling. Robert Adams has a bid in there at $5. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. I'll switch back over before the time ends. Give you the most perfect view that I can. That doubling. You can even see that the doubling is the exact same shape as the saddle horn. A little hump right there in the middle. All right, let me move back over just as we're coming down to around 30 seconds. This is a nice uncirculated coin. Wyoming has such a flat design on the reverse. Any mark will show on these coins as a huge gash. You can see that there's not that many marks on this coin. It's in really nice condition. Jody says he thinks it's listed in the new Cherry Pickers Guide. If so, that would make this a nice, valuable one. Hello, Hoogie comes in with a $6 bid. Oh, Robert. Oh. Bam. Hoogie gets this one for $6 coming in right at the last second. Appreciate the bids. Thank you, Hoogie, and congratulations. Go ahead and move on to the next item. We have a 1936 double die obverse, GDO number 1, Walking Liberty half dollar. Things are scarce, people. You just don't see them often. This one happens to be circulated. Not the most beautiful coin there is, but the doubling will make up for that. The doubling on this coin mostly shows in the date. Show that to you now. You can see it on the inside of the hook of the 9. You can see it in the center of the 3, at the top of the 3. You can actually see a little bit of the doubling wrapping around the top right-hand side of the 9. You can also see it on the inside hook of the 6. Seeing a whole lot of doubling that's discernible for the rest of the design. A little bit, you can see just a little bit in some of the curves around the gown. I imagine if this was an uncirculated coin, you could probably see more of these details. Right there in front of the foot, where the ground comes out, there's a split right there in the ground. That's part of the doubling. See, it's the same distance as the split in the 3. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this one. We have Victoria Carter at a $15 bid. Joseph Worrell comes on with an $18 bid. This is a 90% coin silver, half dollar, from 1936. Thing's over 80 years old now. Amazing. Got less than 30 seconds left on this one. Joseph Worrell has the current high bid of $18. It's all crickets as we're coming down to the end. Victoria bids $18.50 right before time. Gets this one at $18.50. Congratulations, Victoria. And thank you, Joseph, for your bid. Now, this next item is one that I offer on a pretty regular rolling basis when I have them available, and I've sold a number of them before. Not going to take any bids on this. This is going to be a straight up $8 buy. Now, it's an $8 buy. You can buy as many as you like, but remember that we do have shipping. You can get 2 of these at $8 shipping. Any more than 2 of them will cost you $14 shipping because of, well, that's just how the post office works. So Bill wants one at $8. These are 10 rolls of copper Lincoln cents. There may be a few wheat cents in here. New Marshall wants 5 of them. This is 10 rolls. 10 rolls of 50 coins. 500 total coins. And they're all the 90% or 95% copper that were minted up until 1982. Up until and including part of 1982. Don't buy these for numismatic value. There will be other rolls that you can get for numismatic value. These are strictly for their copper value. These are strictly for people who are speculating on the possibility that copper will go up in value even further than it already has. It's already a proven fact that these coins contain more than 1 cent worth of copper per coin. Given that and the fact that they are slightly older, they do bring more than 1 cent per coin on the market. New Marshall, that's a very, very likely possibility. We'll see what happens. I may actually need 3 boxes for yours by the time I get done. You guys all remember that I've got these at $8. Get as many as you like. I think I have probably 10 to 15 lots of these available right now. It did okay. Hey. Get to bring a forklift. I could, yeah. Bring a forklift to the post office. I'm sending you everything. All right, so Kid Did Okay gets in for 2 of these. Just remember, I've got them available at $8 a piece. I'll move on to the next item. We have wheat cent lots again. 10 rolls of wheat cents for $1.50 a roll. $15. Straight up sale. Not bidding on these. These do include mostly wheats back to 1940, but perhaps older. They did okay. Money order is fine. Bill Betts will take one. Joseph Worrell will take one. Penny Parent takes one. And remember, if you don't order anything else with these, I'm going to have to charge you $8 shipping just for this because, well, there's a lot more than 1 pound here. 3 rolls per pound. So there's roughly 3 1/3 pounds of pennies here. Got to send that in a small flat rate box. Which by the Postal Service right now is $7.75 postage plus whatever I stuff inside the box to make the pennies not rattle around. You're a cent hoarder, I can add. I don't know if it'll bump you into another box right now. I'm unsure. I can try to stuff everything in. Bulldog will take one. Aha! Penny Parent wasn't bidding, was just announcing. That's kind of what I was thinking, but never know. For all those FY pennies that you've got, I don't think you have anything that you need to be looking through anytime soon. Then Hoarder takes one. New Marshall takes three. That's fine, Joseph. We can do that. As long as you're going to share a link to it so that we can watch. You can share it to us over in Coppercoins. We'll post it up on there so it'll be available for others to watch. Got nothing to hide, brother. Anybody wants to push anything up there, they want to put anything up on their YouTube channel. Opening this stuff, box openings, whatever. I'd love to see you do it. All out for satisfied customers. Yes, sir, I am the one who answered your questions on the Facebook page. Unfortunately, I don't know that much about British or French coins, but I do see that you have some pretty nice ones. On that note, let's go ahead and move on to the next item. How about this? Lot number 362 is a 1996 off-center Washington quarter error. These things off-center to where you can read the date, have a full date like this. It's actually kind of scarce. You don't see these all that often. Beautiful coin starting at $8. It's a lot below, way below its general market value. General market value for something like this is closer to $20. It's a very nice off-center quarter. I want to say cent, but it's not a cent. It's a quarter. It's a 25 cent. Steve Smith comes in with an $8 bid, then Joseph Worrell quickly tops him with a $9 bid. Joseph currently has the high bid of $9. Go ahead and start the timer on this one. Give you guys one more minute to fight it out. The Tuesday blood match over the quarter. Choose your weapons. It could be color clash. Sure that I'm seeing a color clash on this. Although you'd have to teach me what a color clash is for me to be sure anyway. Well, there is reading there. You can see the reading. I guess that would make it a color clash. Steve Smith in with a $9.50 bid just as time runs out. Joseph Worrell gets a $10 bid in there at the very last second. And Amber calls time. Joseph Worrell gets this one at $10. Amber, you'll need to refresh. Go ahead and stop the timer and move on to the next item. Thank you for your bids. Lot number 363 is an uncirculated 1955 Franklin half dollar with a Bugs Bunny die clash. Things are really popular. They've gained a lot of popularity over the years. Got this one, Mantic's going at $32 on this one, starting bid. Appreciate it, sir. What happened on this was these coins were struck by a die that had clashed with the little eagle on the reverse. And that clash shows up right in the mouth of Franklin. And it looks like little vampire teeth. You can see that the mouth isn't just lips, it's got the whole vampire teeth look going on. And that is a result of the feathers on the little eagle on the reverse side. Go back over and start the clock. You can see where there's a little eagle to the right side of the bell. And now if you flip that upside down, it matches where Franklin's little mouth is. And that little eagle was added to the design as an afterthought. And the reason for that is because John R. Sinnock was the person who designed the reverse side of the half dollar. And he died before the half dollar was placed into circulation, 1948. And before he had completed the design, they came out with the known fact that by law, all coins for the denomination of a quarter on up have to have an eagle on the reverse of them. Have to have an eagle somewhere in their design. So an engraver stuck a little eagle next to the bell and left Sinnock's design alone for the better part. They minted these with that little eagle on there. And that is why the Franklin half dollar has a little eagle to the right of the bell. Amber calls time on this one with Mantic high bidder at $43. I appreciate it and thank you very much, sir. I'll go ahead and stop the timer on this one and move on to the next item up for bids. Lot number 364. Here's another Mantic special. The 1964 D half dollar. It is the only year Kennedy half dollars were minted in 90% silver. And this particular coin has a nice double die obverse. I'm going to get it out and show it to you before we move on. Mantic already has a $15 bid on this one, which shows anyone here who understands half dollars, understands hub doubling, and understands semantic He hopped on that one so fast, it must be selling at a really cheap price, which is true. Take a look at the doubling on that. Get it turned to a position where I can see it before I'll hit the transition button. See it there at the top of the W? Top of the T? See it on the bottom of the R? Rust? A little bit more. There we go. See it at the bottom of the R, the top of the U? Nice amount of doubling going on there. You can see it just a little bit in the initials. These initials are actually a GR. This is for Gilroy Roberts. He was the designer of the Kennedy side of the $50. We look over here in United, or in God, see just a couple of little minor splits over there. You can see it in the center of the G. See it at the top of the N there. Look this in the right direction so you can see it. But this W right here in this area, probably going to be your best spot to pick the doubling up on this. This is worthy of a super focus. There you go. Take a look at that. Shows that I'm back online now. Look, we dropped about half of our watchers there. Now we're back. All right. Yeah, that was kind of rough. I don't know what's going on. I'm still not getting my video on this end, but I know you guys are getting it there. So let me go ahead and start the timer on this item, see if I can get my stream to show it. Yeah, I've got the timer started. If anybody can see the timer, let me know. Okay, I got other people can see the timer. Okay. I am not seeing my own stream. Again, there's the doubling. Come back and the clock is just running down to the final seconds. And we have Victoria's high bid at $20. Robert Adams gets a bid of 21 in at the very last second. Robert Adams gets this item at $21. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your bids. And you, Victoria. Sorry. We had a little burp here. All right. So if everyone can see what's going on, I want you to tell me what you see right here. What kind of coin is that? Lot 305. Okay, we see a buffalo. I'll go back to lot 305 at the end. So we see buffalo nickel. Okay, now, this nickel is so cool because this was presented in person by Chief John Bigtree, who was one of the subjects that they said Fraser used in designing the buffalo nickel. And I did some research on this. This is Bank of Indian Rocks in Indian Rocks, Florida, which is on the coast right next to St. Petersburg. And Chief Johnny Bigtree was a Florida native. And in September of 1964, this bank opened. And he standed out in front of the bank and handed out buffalo nickels in these encapsulations so that people could have a nickel that showed the man who was on the nickel. And I think this is probably one of the most important, one of the nicest pieces of history I've ever carried. This was at the Bank of Indian Rocks in Indian Rocks, Florida. Very few of these are even known to exist at this point. And this nickel was given out to a bank customer by Chief John Bigtree, September of 1964, when he had posed for this nickel in 1913. And he passed away not too long after this. I think he passed away in 65 or 66. It's too bad he didn't sign any of them. They didn't have Sharpies and that sort of thing at the time, because that would be really cool. But this nickel is sealed, and given where it came from, I bought this from a collection that came from the St. Petersburg, Florida area. Yeah, we're selling this now. Yeah, this has a $10 start. Amber Panel has a bid of $15 in now as a high bidder. Oh, I know why you're asking. It's not on the sheet. I need to get this on the sheet. Sorry. I'll get it on the sheet later. We got Amber in there at a $15 bid as a high bidder. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock. Give you guys 1 minute to think about it. If you pass this up, you may never see one of these again. I'm serious about that. These things do not show up. This one I was very surprised to get it in the collection that I got it in. Jessica will call time on this because Amber is actually bidding. Amber's bid is at $17. Actually, Jody, if you're still around, you could call time on it. Somebody's got to do it. Got 10 seconds left. I could actually call time on this. And we got time. Good Art Ring in at a $21 bid. Art Wing Ring is the winner. $21. Sold Art Ring. Sorry, folks. We had to get that one in there. I'm actually sorry to see this coin go. This is probably one of my favorite nickels I've ever had. And it is sealed in the holder. It's a very nice looking little holder. A little nice